Tendons and ligaments are the structures that hold us together. They hold muscles to bones, they hold bones to bones, and they allow for us to have movement. They are made by little tiny cells called fibroblasts. And the fibroblasts lay these little tubules down. And how they know how to lay them down is that if there's a force across a joint, then the fibroblasts will lay the tubules down along those lines of force. As we move on a regular basis, as we move with a little resistance, you make thicker and nice, strong, straight tubules and nice, strong, straight tendons. A lot of people think that a tendon is like a rope where once it's torn or broken, it's broken and that's all that can happen. But actually, tendons and ligaments are continually turned over. Your body keeps making these little tubules, and then sometimes through the course of exercise you break a few of them, and then your body tries to take them back up and tries to lay down more tubules to replace them. What happens to a lot of people is they don't exercise on a regular basis, and then the fibroblasts don't know where to lay the tubules down, and then they intermittently overdo it, and then they break a bunch of tubules, and then it hurts, and then they don't do it as exercise as much, and then their body doesn't know how to heal this because you have to have a force across a joint or across a body part in order for your fibroblasts to know where to lay down the tubules. So it starts laying them down in kind of weird directions. And then your body's trying to heal this, so it'll stick blood supply into this to try to get it to heal. And then sometimes what happens is you get weird nerve supply following in the blood supply. And then what you get is a dysfunctional tendon that's not very strong and has a lot of weird nerves and blood into it. And this hurts to move and hurts to pull on. Over time, and as you become less active, you get more and more tendon dysfunction to where you don't have the tubules running in a nice straight line with each other, and then you get kind of what looks like this, and this isn't very strong, and this can lead to more pain and chronic inactivity. When you're chronically inactive, you even get less tubule formation, and then over time that becomes arthritis and that becomes chronic pain. Now the question is, can this be fixed? And the answer is yes, because over time, if you apply a force across your joints, your body can kind of pick up the tubules that aren't in good shape and get rid of them, and then you can start laying in more tubules that are better, and then over time a lot of this different blood supply things can get better, and as you keep going and going and going and taking away the bad stuff and putting down new stuff, you can see that this is going to start getting better. Now, will it get better to like it was when you were a teenager? Probably not. But hopefully in time you can have more strong tendons and more tubules and have more tubules going the right way, and that can make that much better function. So the idea behind it is it's almost kind of like a rope, but it's not really, because ropes don't have the ability to heal themselves where your body does. So applying a force across a joint, across your back, across your neck, across places like that will encourage those fibroblasts to lay down good, strong tubules all in the right direction and lay down more of them, and that makes you stronger, makes you more flexible, and it decreases pain. So when we exercise regularly and apply a good force across all of our joints and all the places that hurt, we lay down new tubules, lay them down straight, lay them down strong, and have less pain and better function. I like to suggest exercise that matches your exercise goals. Now, if your exercise goals are to play explosion type sports or very highly athletic things, then you need to do plyometric or explosion type or fast twitch exercises, because that's what you'll need to compete in those sports. Now, if you're just a healthy adult but you want to maintain good range of motion and you want to maintain good joint function and you want to have less pain, then slower moving exercises that move your body through the full range of motion are probably a better idea. If you're coming in and I've diagnosed you with a tendon injury like rotator cuff tendonitis or some other kind of injury like that, what may have happened is you may have had a partial place in the tendon where it's been torn apart, and you may have a gap in it, and that your body might try to heal with some new blood supply and, like I said, with nerve supply, and what you got would be something like this, where there's some fibers left that are going across the injury, and then there's a lot of fibers that are broken, and inside of that there's a gap. The goal of exercise in this is if you slowly apply a force across this tendon and you apply it on a regular basis, what's going to happen is your body over time will take away some of the degenerated stuff and take away some of these degenerated tubules and start laying down more tubules across the injury in order to heal it. And then with exercise, you make it thicker and thicker and thicker, and you take away some of the broken stuff, then your tendon can repair itself. That's why we have over a 4 to 6 week period doing the exercise on a regular basis and doing them very slow. What I usually recommend in most cases are 6 seconds up and 3 seconds back, so your tendon can feel that and the fibroblasts can feel that force across that injured joint, and then it will know how to lay the tubules down in the proper direction. So in closing, exercising on a regular basis will help avoid this, where if you intermittently overdo it, you jerk on these little tubules, you break a bunch of them, and then you don't apply a force by regular exercising, you won't get healing that goes in weird directions and weird nerve supply and weird blood supply and have that. This is what happens when you exercise on a regular basis and those joints see a nice force going across them. So get to exercising. Watch the Dr. Pullen's 3-minute exercise video just to get started, and good luck.